We are in the German Stratum's four-man room where we see Yukimiya, Hiyori, Corona, and Isagi. Corona starts by telling them that if his math is correct, scoring a goal is worth between 30 and 50 million. The reason he's saying this is because Isagi had gained 100 million through scoring 2 goals, I'm assuming. By scouting out their rivals, the players understand the trends behind the neoegoistleague auction. Conquer the chaos on the field, mass-produce goals, and become king of the neoegoistleague. Yukimiya agrees with Corona as he reiterates the point I've been making earlier. He tells him that even if they take other factors like chances created into account, it would probably add up to that amount anyway. Hiyori agreed as he got valued at 20 million thanks to his assistance. So your value increases if you contribute to scoring goals, because that's what football is fundamentally about, after all. Corona is convinced that he will put on a show in the next match, as the only thing on his mind right now is survival. But Hiyori wants to be the star, and Yukimiya starts getting hyped up too, as he's tired of people calling him a mud boat. Isagi is staring at the screen looking at Rin's value as he acknowledges that the difference between Rin's value and his is 30 million and the gap will widen after PXG's match against FC Barca. Isagi wonders if this means that if they beat PXG and Isagi outscores Rin, he can overtake him in the rankings. The title of Blue Lock's #1 player is literally right in front of him. He wants to defeat and surpass him. He wants to see the scenery from the top, looking down on the pile of strikers that he has crushed and have crumbled. Yukimiya reckons it's about time for them to go as PXG's match against FC Barca is about to start. The egoists are in the monitor room now as we can see the match being displayed on a big screen. Raichi reckons that it's time to scout out the enemy team now, as Gagamaru wonders just what kind of team PXG is. To win and become #1, Isagi needs to analyze Rin and PXG carefully. The game is kicked off as Charles passes the ball to Rin. PXG's formation has gotten exposed to us as well, which is a 3-3-2-1-1. Isagi notices that Rin is playing as a lone striker and that Shidou is starting on the bench. Otoya and Bachira want to get into the fun now as well. It's a 2-versus-1 situation against Rin, but he still has 2 players behind him that can assist him, which are Tokimitsu and Nanase. Isagi noticed that they're providing Rin with support, while simultaneously creating a 3v2 situation, so naturally they'd be good. Rin passes the ball to Nanase, and Nanase passes the ball to Tokimitsu, as Bachira is close behind him. Tokimitsu passes the ball behind Rin towards Charles. He crosses the ball in towards Rin from a very high trajectory, which probably means that it has some backspin to it so that it can land at Rin's feet seamlessly. And that's exactly what happens, but he's getting pressed by 2 of the FC Barca players as well. He's in range as Isagi anticipated Rin's trump card incoming, which is his trademark highly accurate curve shot. He gave the ball a good hit as it curved towards the left upper corner. It seems as if the goalkeeper can't reach it. And he couldn't indeed, as Rin scored through a devilish spinning mid-range shot. The Blue Lockers look pretty surprised about the perfectionism that his shot just now represents, as Isagi reckons that through adding different spins to his shot, his scoring options have increased drastically. This is the new Itoshi Rin. We see Julian Loki now as he's requesting a substitution change. Karasu and Zantetsu knew that they were given the task immediately, so they put off their jackets in response. Raichi doesn't understand it, though. Well, their reason for doing that is because they're pulling Rin out and Shidou in. But this also requires a different team dynamic, so Karasu Tabito and Tsurugi Zantetsu have been put in as well. The game restarts as we see PXG's formation taking a shift. It's a 3-3-3-1 this time, I believe, and Isagi has noticed that the team is using an entirely different system as well, compared to when Rin was on the field. Karasu got the ball off Otoya through a sliding as he passed the ball to Zantetsu, and Zantetsu dashes ahead in response. Unlike before, the PXG team is playing a very counter-attacking style. They immediately go on the counter once they gain possession as Zantetsu passes the ball to Charles. And Charles curves the ball beautifully and skillfully towards shidouryusei. PXG's entire team is focused on setting up Shidou to score. However, Gagamaru doesn't think that that high arching pass will cut it as it's too fast. So he doesn't think that Shidou will get it as he starts speaking in emoji language all of a sudden. But if we can forget that happened for a second, shidouryusei has scored the second goal for PXG. The demon himself has reincarnated. Even if Shidou is a bad shot taker according to Isagi, he still managed to score a goal from such a difficult angle. Yukimiya reckons that he's a freak, and Reichi thinks it's bullcrap, as he reckons that there's no way to game plan against that. But either way, Gagamaru understands that this team relies heavily on the striker's talents to score. A Rin-centered system and a Shidou-centered system. And above all, a dangerous team with two distinct styles in which they can win with. Reichi is starting to get impatient as he asks them what they should do. He doesn't get how they're supposed to have a game plan against a team like that. But Isagi and Hiyori have quickly picked up that that pass just now was completely intentional. That guy knew Shidou's tendencies and intentionally sent that pass as a result. The others don't really get their thought process, though, which makes sense. Isagi also acknowledges that his assist to Rin was pretty good, as he delivered a pinpoint pass with some backspin to it, so that Rin had more scoring options, which I had realized as well. Hiyori continues by stating that he not only had a good understanding of Shidou's instinctive playstyle, but he can also sync and match up with Rin's vision and playmaking, which means he is no ordinary guy. The reason why PXG can win with two polar opposite playing styles is because of the beautiful passes that Charles dishes out. And his full name is Charles Chevalier, the heart of PXG. PXG's strength is a double standard system that maximizes the strengths of their two strikers, Rin and Shidou. As the two steal all the attention, who is the skilled maestro playing behind them that brings the best out of these polar opposite strikers? To be continued in Chapter 245, Die All at Once. If you like Rin as much as I do, you might want to check out this cool-looking mini action figure. It's the first link in the description. But if not, watch this video next, egoists. I'm out. Peace.